Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Like and share the program. Thank you for joining wherever you are joining us from. We appreciate you. We welcome you. Like and share the program on your platform. Like and share the program to family and friends. Like and share to anyone that is close to you. You are welcome once again. I appreciate you and I thank you for joining us wherever you are joining us from. Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining. Like and share the program as you join. Like and share on the platform. Like and share to family and friends. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. My beloved sister Diana, thank you for joining.
Promise not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon providers of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for. In no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. I had in he said,
welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining wherever you are joining us from. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this program wherever you are joining. If you are joining from Asia, from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, from New Zealand, you are joining from Russia, from China, whichever part of the world you are connecting to this very program, I welcome you and I appreciate you for your contributions. I appreciate you for your support, and I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide you, protect you, secure you, and keep you safe. Every one of you that are connected, I adore you and I welcome you. More especially those who are watching from Biafran land. If you are connecting to this program from Biafran land, my special thanks goes to you. You are doing a marvelous work, and I urge you to stand strong and continue to hang on where you are. Never give up. Never give up. I welcome everyone that has connected. James, thank you for joining. James, my beloved sister Diana, you are not reaching me on my line. I don't know the line you have. Maybe it is the line that I'm not using, but I think I'm going to try to send you a message through. Maybe I'm going to put my number online so that you can be able to connect me through that. Maybe I'm going to try to put my number on the message on the comment section. I'm going to try to do that. At the end of the program, I will try to put my number. Maybe I'm going to write it down, or I'm not sure. If you are still watching, let me see if I can call out a number that you can add me on. Let me call the WhatsApp number. I don't know whether if this is the one you have, because some of the numbers sometimes after using will take it out and use a new one. So my beloved sister Diana, I don't know if you are still there watching. Take up this number. If you're not there, maybe I'm still going to try to send it to you on your comment section. Maybe I'm going to try to put it on comment section and reply to that message. After the program, just check the very message you just wrote. I'm going to write the number on that message so that you can be able to reach me through that number. So I welcome you all that have connected to this very program. Please, as you join this program, like and share. Like and share. As you join this program, like and share. Share on your platform. Share to family and friends. Share to anyone in your own platform. Make sure you share. As I always say, the radical evangelism is our responsibility to carry out. You that is on the comment section, you are part of that radical evangelism. This very platform where we are is a platform that is standing with the Biafran Republic Government in exile, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Samanepa, and on the supreme command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is where we stand and we continue to stand. Nothing is going to change that. So, wherever you are watching this program from, any place you're watching this program from, we appreciate you and welcome you. Always know that when we come on this program, we don't come here to castigate people. We don't come here to attack people. We don't come here to instigate violence. We don't come here to preach hate. In fact, what we preach here is love, the true love and peace, the true peace. We come here to encourage Biafrans, to let Biafrans know that they have every right to life. We come here to let Biafrans know that they have the right to live, that you must not gamble your freedom, you must not play with your freedom, you must not hand your freedom over to anybody to control or to direct. We come here to encourage Biafrans to stand firm and stand strong and continue to hold on their freedom. That is what we do here. Those rights that Chukwu Okike has given us, we come here to encourage Biafrans to hold on to that right. Don't allow anybody to take away that right from you. That is what we do here. In this very platform, as you are watching this platform, we are standing on the truth and nothing but the truth. If you are a truthful person, you are going to enjoy your stay here. But if you are not truthful, if you are deceitful, if you are patient to follow us to the end, you will change. But if you don't change, I am sorry, we can't help you. So today we have come once again doing what we know how to do best. And on this very platform, you can see the link I posted there. You see the link I pinned on the comment section. When you look at the comment section, you will see the link I pinned. If you have any contribution to make, click that link and you come in and make contribution. If you have any question to ask, click that link, come in and ask your question. You must not agree with everything I'm saying. If you have a contrary opinion, click that link, come in and make your opinion. If you have a message you want to send to Biafrans as a word of encouragement, click that link and join me. If you don't agree with what you are doing, you think you have a better idea, click that link and come in. We will not insult you. In this platform, we don't insult people. We don't abuse people. We allow everybody to express themselves. We know that in this planet, people have different opinions. Even in a family, brother and brother have different opinions. So if you have a contrary opinion, come out without being sarcastic. Come out, be civil, and make your argument. You never can tell. We can learn from you, or you will learn from us. Any suggestion you're making, our Prime Minister is following every of our platform. Those of you who want to reach out to Master America, maybe you have a suggestion, you want to say, you have something idea you have something you want to speak, come out here and say it. The Biafra Republican in Exile is watching. They are following all the platforms that are standing with the Biafra Republican in Exile. All our media platforms they are following. So if you have any contrary opinion, suggestion, or points you want to make, it is the time. Click that link. Thank God that Chukwu Okeme has given us that grace today. Through this very YouTube, we have a link we can come in and make our contribution. Come in, just use 5 minutes of your time, make your contribution within 5 minutes, and the next person will come in because I cannot host more than one person at a time. So one person, you click, you come in, you make your contribution 5 minutes, and the next person come in. Today, we have come once again to do what we know how to do best, to encourage Biafrans. That is what we do. To encourage Biafrans. And that word of encouragement is what we have brought today. We will continue to do that until Biafra come and after Biafra has come. When you look at the topic I choose that place, you look at the topic, you see, too late to cry when the head is off. Take the last chance. It is too late to cry when the head is off. Too late to cry. Every one of us have seen today what has played out. The Biafrans, the Ududuans, the Middle Benters, even the Arewas. Every indigenous person in that country from Nigeria, including the world, they are all focused in Nigeria and they are seeing what is happening. They have seen what is happening. Finally, our supreme leader, Mazen Nanekana, has been vindicated in his word. That the only people that decide the fate of everybody who becomes either a commissioner, a governor, a minister, or whatever, your president, the only thing that determines who you vote for is the INEC and the court. Our supreme leader, Mazen Nanekana, said that. You didn't believe it. Our Prime Minister, Mazen Simon Ekpa, came and built on the same foundation, speaking the same word, telling us that election is not the solution. In fact, our Prime Minister told us we should not participate in this election. We should not continue to legitimize evil. We should not continue to legitimize those who are against us, who want to take our life. He made that broadcast and he said it again and again and again. And some people refused to listen. Some people gave out their own conscience and they went and legitimized the election. Today, after all said and done, you see them today crying and sharing tears. You are crying and sharing tears. Why are you crying? Why are you sharing tears? Why are you worried? Why do you like to cry when the head is already off? There's no point to cry. You have to thank your star that today you still have an opportunity to make a change. Thank Chukwu Okike that today, it wasn't all of us that surrendered. It is not all of us that surrendered. Thank Chukwu Okike that we are people who were standing their ground, who detached themselves completely from the so-called election. And I'm telling you, the original IPOB of Mazen Nandekano, the Biafra people, they detach themselves from anything called election. That is why today, as we are marching forward into our freedom, you will not say, oh, we are doing it because we lost election or because we asked for Igbo president, didn't give us. We have said it time and time again, there's never a time we want their Igbo presidency. We do not want your Igbo presidency. We do not want your resource control. We don't want anything from you. The only thing that we are demanding, that our supreme leader Nandekano is superheaded, is referendum. Self-determination, that is what we have been pursuing. Self-determination through a referendum. We never asked for self-determination through a violent means. It is this same government, this criminal government, that introduced violence into our self-determination act. It is the government of Nigeria that introduced violence into the peaceful request that we are making. Peaceful, legitimate request we're making. The government of Nigeria introduced violence into it. They continue to take our lives. They open fire when we gather to pray. They commit genocide, take life, destroy properties. They send their jets to bomb for no just cause. Not because we kidnapped anybody. Not because we committed any crime. Not because we are fighting against them. But they on their own. The only crime we commit was that we are saying that we want to be free. And our politicians joined them, went ahead to give them a license to take our life. And the only thing they need to take the life of a Biafran person is to say that you are a Biafran. The only thing the terrorists in Nigeria need to take your life is just to identify you as a Biafran. It is not because you stole, not because you committed any crime. And they say it in the open. You will see a policeman bragging and saying that he is going to take you down. And the only thing he will do is just to put a flag of Biafra on your head and say you are a member of IPOB. And nobody will question him. That is how they have reduced us to. That the only thing they need to take our life is the flag of Biafra. Identify you as a Biafran and you are gone. All this battle we are being fought against us to make sure that we give up on our agitation. But are we going to give up? We haven't started yet. The restoration of Biafra is on a top gear and there is no going back. If you're one of those who think that by your blackmail and propaganda, by your intimidation and loss of life, they can stop us, think again. The more you continue to come after us, the more you give us the reason to fight more. The more you continue to take the life of Biafran people, the more you give us reason to get strong and defend ourselves. And today, you can see how far we have gone. We have already passed the stage where we come online to complain and cry. We have already crossed the stage where we only come online to protest. We have already crossed the stage where we call on Amnesty International, call the United Nations. We have crossed that. Today, we are in an era where we take our fate in our own hands to defend ourselves. And the self-defense of Biafran people is on a high gear. There's no going back. There is no going back. Every Biafran, we are today standing strong under the Biafra Republic of Exile for defense of Biafra land and under the control of our Prime Minister, Mazi Maneko, under the supreme command of Mazi Nandeka. That is where we stand. It is either Biafra or nothing. It doesn't matter your blackmail, your propaganda, your lies, your betrayal. You can never stop the moving train. There is no amount of blackmail that will make us stop asking for that which is right. As for those of us who have been standing strong, we are even getting stronger today. Every Biafran that is watching this program, the only thing you can do for yourself today is to pick up your identity and fight to the last. Don't wait until your head is off before you begin to cry. It will be too late to cry when your head is already off. Whatever you know you want to do, If you want to make noise, you want to cry, do it now that you still have your head intact. Do it now. Today, you have seen what is playing out in the Zoological Republic. Everything that we have been talking about today has come in the open. It's no longer hidden. Today, you see the politicians crying. They are doing crying competition. Crying competition, that is what the politicians are doing today. Rucha Sokaracha cried. It wasn't enough. Ojus Okalo cried. Ibrahim Mado cried. Peter Obi is crying. Cry babies, and they will never grow. They don't want to grow. But as for those of us who are genuine Biafrans, we have lost tears. We have lost tears. We have cried when we had to. But for now, we have lost tears. We don't have any single tears in our eyes anymore. It is now time for action. And when you hear our Prime Minister speak yesterday, and when you hear him talk, you will now begin to understand that the person you have is not just an ordinary person. He is ordained and he knows what he's doing. The Prime Minister of Biafran Republic Government in Exile. Every single thing he says about this election have come to play, including the court case. Including the court case, everything he predicted has come to play. And even today, some of them are accusing Master Manegwa of being the one who influenced the judgment. That is an accolade. At least you acknowledge that he is smart. He knows better than you. At least you acknowledge that this is a man, the only man that has critical thinking. If the Zoological Republic judge can use his word to send you to exile, if the zoo can use the word of your own brother, your own prime minister, what about you? What about you that owns him? What about you that he is working for him? What about you that he is working for? Why wouldn't you abide to his word and follow him? Why wouldn't you agree and follow his word? Because his words are effective and he knows what he's saying. Every one of us have to wake up. We have waited for too long. We have been ignorant for too long. At this stage, nobody should be ignorant of anything because every hidden truth is being revealed. In every move we make, at any step, at every given point in time, revelations are made. Revelations are made. Huge revelations are made, and people must pay attention to those revelations. If you're not paying attention to the revelations, you have yourself to blame. We have waited for too long. At this particular point in time today, the truth is very clear, glaring. All you need to do is to embrace it. It's not as if we are telling you to go and find out the truth. Nobody's telling you to go and find out the truth. The truth is out there for you. The only thing you need to do is to accept the truth of today. Accept it. That is just all you got to do. Every one of you would have been attacking. Every one of you who thought that somehow, you are going to pass through a shortcut to have a better nation. Today, it has become much more clearer than ever that there is no shortcut anywhere. There's no shortcut anywhere to go anywhere. No. No shortcut. If you must get it right, you must pass through the door. The only thing that can guarantee your safety, your security, your freedom, give you good economy, and make you respected. The only thing that can guarantee you that is Biafra and nothing else. The coming of Biafra. When we say that it is the coming of the kingdom of God on the planet Earth, it is not just a made up talk. We are not just saying it to make you happy. We are not just saying it to impress you. It is a reality. It is a reality. Because in Biafra, you will not find this fraud you are seeing today. In Biafra, you will not see the kind of disunity you are seeing today. In Biafra, you will not see the conflict of interest you are seeing today. In the Zoological Republic of today, you see conflict of interest right, left, and center. People do not agree. That is, even within the ethnic groups, they don't agree. Even in the authorities, they don't agree. This diversity is what we have seen for a very long time. Right from the time of our eternal leader, Dim Odumegojuku, he saw this diversity. And that was why he moved for restructuring. Far back, they rejected it. And they brought war on Biafra. Today, they are going back to that restructuring. Today, that same thing you rejected, you are going back to it. You should be ashamed of yourself. Biafrans, we see very far. We see ahead of time. We see things that will happen when they have not happened. And we are always consistent and we are winning. Wherever you are watching me today as a Biafran, hold your cross very well. Hold your stance. Don't allow anybody to cajole you or tell you false stories. Stand your ground. The only thing that you and I have that will make us human is our freedom. Freedom alone makes you human. Without freedom, you are nobody. Without your freedom, you are nobody. And that is why we are pursuing freedom earnestly with all our strength. It doesn't matter what the cost will be. And by the way, no amount is too much to pay for freedom. No sacrifice is too much to make for freedom. Even unto death, our fathers gave their life to be free in the United States. When they were taken in for slavery, instead of them to become a slave, they gave their life to buy their freedom. They walked into the river and drowned themselves. That is to show you that nothing is too expensive to give for freedom. So when we are talking about the freedom of Biafra, we know what to expect. Do not think it's a bed of roses, or you think it's just a laughing matter or a joking matter, something you just come and say and go. It needs commitment. Many people have given their life for this struggle, and more are still willing to give their life. Don't take it for a joke. Do not take it for a joke. People have died in this cause. Don't take it for a joke. Because the blood of the innocent soul that have gone for this very struggle will fight you. They are going to fight you. I bet you they will fight you. The only thing you have to do today is to continue to pursue the freedom of the people. We have to stand in for the children that lost their life during the civil war of Biafra. Children and mothers that were starved to death simply because they were Biafrans. Unarmed civilians in Biafra land who were sent to their early grave simply because they are Biafrans. We are standing in for them. And as we are standing in for them, we will not leave any stone unturned. We will not leave any stone. Anything that come across our way, we are going to pull it down. The restoration of Biafra is a mandate from Chukwuokike, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. We cannot stop. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. It doesn't matter how long it takes. And by the way, in the era that we are, Biafra is much more closer today than it was yesterday. So it is not a question of saying many years. No. In a short while, you are going to see Biafra. It will be declared. And we will defend our borders. It will be declared and we will defend our borders. The only thing you have to do today as a Biafran is to give your own little support. If you know how you can be able to give your support, give your own little support to Biafra Republic of Exile. Support the ESN. Support the Biafran Liberation Army. Join the fundraising. Don't wait until the day of fundraising. Go to the website. On that website, just click on the website. You go there and make your donation. Give your widow's minds. It will go a long way. It will go a long way. It is no longer in an era where you say you are confused, you don't know whom you are paying to, you don't know what your money is being used for. Today, every single thing that your money is used for, you see it with your own eye. You don't even need to ask questions. You don't need to ask questions. You will see the effect of the money you are contributing. That is what will happen in the era of Mazi Samai. you will see the effect of your contributions so that you don't have any reason or excuse to stay back. Wherever you are watching this program from, I want you to sit up. Sit up. Do not allow anybody to push you down. Do not allow anybody to discourage you. Do not allow anybody to tell you otherwise. Every one of us have a contribution to make. Continue to hold on to that assignment which you have picked up by your own self. I have been announcing every day that people should take responsibility. God, just carry one responsibility in this very struggle. Carry one. So I don't know the one you have carried. I don't know the one you have taken. But whichever responsibility you have carried, please hold on to it diligently. Hold on to it diligently and make sure that you are doing the right thing, following your conscience. Chukwu that made us to come has given us the grace to fight this battle until we win. And we will continue to fight until we get into our freedom. No amount of blackmail or propaganda will stop us. No amount of distraction will stop us. No amount of lies will stop us. We have gone too far to go back. No. There's nothing like going back. So at the moment we are now, we are trying to encourage every Biafran because we don't want anyone to be left behind. So you that is on the comment section, if you have something to contribute, please click the link. Today is for you and I. Click the link. We have an opportunity to come out and speak. Click that link there. Click the link. You will come in and then you make your contributions. I cannot be talking alone. There might be something bothering you. There might be an opinion that you have. Bring it forward. What is happening today in Biafra land and in Nigeria as a whole is not something that we don't expect. We have been expecting it and we know it's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. That is one thing with us in Biafra struggle. We don't pretend. In this very struggle, we don't pretend. We say things as it is. When we see things, we just put it forward the way it is. We don't pretend about issues. We don't try to be politically correct. No. What you see is what you get. That is how it is in this struggle. And we continue to be so. Every one of us, Biafran, wherever you found yourself, there is something you have to do. There's something you have to do. You must represent Biafra and represent effectively. And in representing Biafra, you have to ask yourself a question. What role am I going to play? And what role am I playing now? If you don't see any role that you are playing, please pick up a role. Pick up a role in this restoration. We are almost close. We are almost there. And no man can stop us. No woman can stop us. No attack can stop us. No blackmail can stop us. No obstacle can stop us. Including all the intimidation we are getting on social media. Most of the time, our platforms is under attack. They do not allow us to get information. They do not allow information from us to go out. So we must not allow them. We have to remain consistent. That is one of the key. As Mazen Nanika always told us, that consistency is the key. By the time you are consistent, doing one thing and asking the same question to them, you will get an answer. When you persist consistently, of course, solution will come. And that is why today we are here, asking Biafrans to continue to stand their ground. Don't allow anybody to deceive you. Don't allow anybody to confuse you. Do not allow anybody to tell you anything outside what you have already known from the Biafra government side. If you are confused, ask questions. You will get an answer. Do not allow the enemies to take advantage of you, just as they have done to many. Don't allow the enemy to take advantage of you. They have been doing it against other people, taking advantage of Biafran people at every given point in time. But today we say enough is enough. We can no longer continue. Excuse me. We cannot continue to tolerate any distraction. because we don't want to cry when the head is off. We don't want to cry when the head is off. I thank Chukwu Okukabem on behalf of our Prime Minister, who has today opened the gate again and forgive everyone who has wronged him. Everyone who has wronged Biafra. He said they are forgiven. You can change your step, redirect your step to the right path. That is all he asked for. He didn't ask anything for you. He asked you to change and turn a new leaf. That is the only thing that our Prime Minister is asking. And do you think that is too much to ask? Is that too much to ask? Is that too much of a request? Of course, it's not too much of a request. It's a genuine and legitimate request to make for us to turn a new leaf. Every one of us that is watching today can testify that Nigeria is not meant for you as a Biafran. It's not meant for you. No matter what you hear, no matter what you see, no matter the propaganda, blackmail, right, left, and center, don't get distracted. Do not. Do not get distracted. What is written is written. And Chukwukema has written it that we are going to be free from the Zoaka Republic. We're going to be free. It doesn't matter what it takes. It doesn't matter when. It doesn't matter how. Freedom is going to come. It doesn't matter how. We are not like people who say that if it doesn't come from this man, let it not come. Even if the freedom will come from our enemy, so be it. Let it come. What we want is freedom. We don't care who it comes through. We don't care who Chukwukema uses to bring the freedom. What matters to us is freedom should come. And once we are free, every other thing will fall in line. We need freedom. We need to be free. No matter what you see, no matter what you hear, we need to be free. Chukwukema made us to come. His glory will continue to shine among us. His mercy is always available for us. That is why, even in the most difficult time, he is still there for us, making provision for us. Do not allow yourself to fall into the hand of the enemies again. Do not. Do not fall into the hands of the enemy, because at this particular point in time, if you fail, if you fall out, it is going to be very, very dangerous. If you fall out, it's going to be very dangerous. So every one of us must be very, very attentive. We must be very, very attentive and pay attention to every single thing that is happening today. Gone are the days when we will begin to look at irrelevant issues. Gone are the days when we are going to be living in doubt. Today, we have to live in reality. Live in the reality of the day. Try to memorize everything you have learned from Mazen Nandekano. There are so many messages he kept for us. So many messages that he kept for us. We must continue to refer back to those messages to waken up the spirit and stand firm. We have to continue to refer to those messages. And let me see if I can get some of the messages of Mazen Nandekano, anyone that can lay my hand and play to keep us awake on what is happening.
But it's very simple reason I wrote this a few days ago. You cannot claim to be equal to a white man. A white man can come to Africa to create a country for you, black people in Africa, which means that all of you are incapable of creating a country for yourselves. That is what it means. You have surrendered your future to them.
This is the major fault of Nigeria, why it will not survive. Nigeria was not created by Nigerians. Nigeria was not agreed by Nigerians. Nigeria was not signed into by indigenous people. A white man from somewhere came and called you and said, you be a Nigerian. And you accepted it. And you are defending it. And you're protecting it for his own selfish interest. That is why you heard our springer speak. And I want you to hear again what our springer has to say.
Anybody who believes in one Nigeria cannot be regarded as an educated person.
If you believe in one Nigeria, you cannot be regarded as an educated person. If you believe in one Nigeria, you cannot be regarded as an educated person. That is when you see all these people parading themselves as lawmakers, parading themselves as lawyers, parading themselves as presidential candidates, telling you they went to Harvard, they went to do it, and yet they are believing in an empty institution that has nothing to offer, something that is not real. It shows you that all of them are uneducated. And I have said it before, that education is not only in the classroom. You don't get educated only in the classroom. Here again from my
simple reason, I wrote this a few days ago. You cannot claim to be equal to a white man. A white man can come to Africa to create a country for you, black people in Africa, which means that all of you are incapable of creating a country for yourselves. That is what it means. You have surrendered your future to them. That's number one, for those who believe in one Nigeria. Number two, if you have any self-worth, any self-respect, any regard for human dignity, there is no way you will allow somebody to come all the way from Europe to build a country for you in Africa. I give you a very simple example. To come all the way from Europe to build a country for you, to come all the way from Europe to build a country for you in Africa. I give you a very simple example. There is a place called India. I'm sure that some of you know that India used to be comprised of, I think it's Bangladesh, India itself, Pakistan, Kashmir, and is it Bengal? But this is how human beings reason. And the selfishness you have in the Nigerian political system today did not start today. It started from Azikiwe, Awolowo, and Tafawa Balewa, or should I say Ahmadu Bello. It didn't start today. Selfishness. Why do I say selfishness? Because in India, where you have people, or should I say leaders that loved their people, what did they do? What did they do, I ask you? Upon Britain leaving India, they came together and said, we are not compatible. India, you are predominantly Hindu people. We in Pakistan, we are predominantly Muslims. There is no way we can coexist in the same country. So they sat down and decided to partition upon independence. Any sensible being, which we thought that Dr. Zikiwe was, should have realized, because the Sadwana of Sokoto told him, Ahmadu Bello told him that we are incompatible. Awolowo said the same thing, that Nigeria is a contraption. You cannot force people to be together. They all knew that Nigeria was unworkable in 1957, 58.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? So when you see the Biafran people today demanding for self-determination, it is something rightful to do. That is why I tell you, do not allow anybody make you feel as if you are committing a crime. You are not committing no crime. These were people in Asia, in former India, which comprises of Pakistan and all the rest of them, Bangladesh and all the rest of them. Upon independence, they discovered they are not compatible. They are not compatible, and they peacefully came together and split up. Those are Hindu, go this way. Those are Muslims, go this way. Those are this one, go this way. And they did it peacefully. And today, every single one that broke out of that former India, they are doing very, very well. But when it comes to Africa, it is not that they did not know that it will not work. Tafawa Balewa told Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe to his face, we are not the same, and we cannot be the same. Awolowo said it, that Nigeria is not the same. Now tell me, what prevented them from going their separate ways? What? Even when they saw it clearly that these people, we are not compatible, it was supposed to be a simple thing to do. A genuine and rightful thing to do is to split the country and let people go their separate ways and grow at their own speed. But they refused. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe refused. Continue to insist on togetherness that doesn't exist anywhere. You are seeking for peace for somebody who doesn't want peace. Anytime you make the move of seeking peace from somebody who doesn't want peace with you, you are only the only thing that's going to grant you that peace is your own life. Except you are ready to give your own life for that. That is the only way you can get peace from somebody who doesn't want peace. When you see an enemy who doesn't want to have peace with you, and you are associating with that person, talking about peace, the only way you can guarantee that peace you're looking for is your own life to be taken. That is why you don't pursue peace with somebody who doesn't want peace. You don't. The only way to receive peace from somebody who doesn't want peace is to give him that same thing he's giving you. When you give him back that same thing he's giving you in a harsh way, you will realize that that is when you realize that he himself needs that peace more than you do. But the more you continue to act as a coward, the more you continue to be frightened, the more you get, oh, I don't want this to happen. And he will continue to terrorize you and frighten you with peace. You cannot have peace with somebody who doesn't want peace. You can only talk of peace with somebody who genuinely wants peace. That is why when you see somebody that doesn't want peace, give them that same thing they want. By the time you give them that thing, on the same pressure, on the same amount of force that I'll bring it, give it back to them, you will find out that they will now wake up and begin to realize that peace is the way. But if you don't, and you are looking for peace for somebody who doesn't want peace with you, the only thing that will guarantee that peace is your own life taken away. Once you are gone, they will say peace. Are you ready to sacrifice yourself for that? No, we cannot. We cannot give Biafra for any idiot. We cannot lay the life of any Biafran for any idiot. We won't. We won't. So I want you to listen to Mazen Nandeka in one of his lectures. I always tell people, try and pay attention.
58, 59, 90, they all knew exactly with what is happening today, despite knowing that Nigeria was unworkable, because they are going to answer president, the prime minister. They will have beautiful houses in Ikoyi, in VI. They will be lording it over other people. They decided, out of expediency, to go for the rubbish that Britain created for them. And today is in.
You see, it was out of selfishness, self-centeredness, what they will gain individually. That's why sometimes every day they come and tell their founding father, founding father, founding father, founding father, founding. What did they found for you? What they found for you was hatred, confusion, backwardness. This is what they found for you. You talk about founding father. What did they find for you? Look at where Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe kept us. When Mazin Bon Ojike was telling him, come back home, there is no road that place. On a paka, he refused. Even when other people told him to his face. The same thing we are doing today. You see our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa crying online every day. You see Simon Ekpa sensitizing people, calling you, come and join the struggle. Leave Obi and government alone. Leave Nigerian presidency and whatever. Leave Igbo presidency. Pursue your freedom. Simon Ekpa is shouting and shouting. Today, presently, Simon Ekpa is still shouting, opening the door. Now you have tried and you failed. You are always crying. You cry in the Senate. You cry in the House of Representatives. You cry in presidency. You cry in governorship. Come back home. Let us unite and take back our land and have a land, a place that we can grow at our own speed and pursue any career we want to pursue. Our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, is making that call today. Yet they are not listening. Because of their own personal interests. You want to be seen as the first president of Igbo extraction. You want to be seen as the first democratically elected president of Igbo extraction. That is why you jeopardize you risk the life of many. That is why you sacrifice the life of many and the freedom of many. You want to be seen as a detribalized human being. You sacrifice the life of every other person around you. You want to be seen as a good man. You are the only man good in your own area. Only you. Every other person is evil. Even when you are the evil yourself. selfish, self-centeredness, it is what brought us to this where we are today. Out of their selfish interest of Dr. Nandesikiwe, he was told to his own face. Ahmadu Bello told him to his own face, we are not compatible and will never be. Awolo reminded him still, because he wants to be seen as he did tribalize the man. Today, how many of them remember him? Even when they talk about their founding father, how many people today remember Dr. Nandesikiwe? How many people today make a statement and remember him on a good note? How many? Just sincerely speaking, how many people today remember Dr. Nandesikiwe on a good note? Every one of us must wake up. We must wake up. There's no point pretending. Wake up. Leave your self-centered and selfishness and pursue that which is right.
And today, is India doing well? Pakistan that is now offering to come and help the zoo to fight insurgency. I hope all of you can understand all of this. I hope you're following what I'm saying. Because in Africa, you people are not human beings. The white people, they see you, or let's say you, they see you as animals. Forget all the pretense. Africa, you're not a Commonwealth. You are not. They don't have any regard for you. Do you know why? Because they created you. They made you who you are. If as a man or a woman, you're grown up, you're intelligent enough, you cannot build a country for yourself, you have to wait for a European to come all the way from Europe to build countries for you in Africa, that means you're an idiot. There is no difference between you and an animal. Absolutely no difference.
Now you see, have you now seen why we are where we are? Have you now heard and see why it is difficult to make progress? Have you now understand? Do you now understand why we are doing what we are doing? Why it is necessary that we fight to get out of the zoo? It is because of what you are hearing, what you just see Mazen Nandekano say. We can be promoting and supporting something that is not created by us. You can't fold your hand and waiting for the Western people from the Western world to come and do everything for you. What are you ready to do for yourself? What plans do you have to set yourself free? What plan are you making to change the status quo? What plan are you making? What plan are you making? Or are you still there wallowing in stupidity? Are you still there diving in your ignorance? Are you still there embracing a road where you know there is no road? Our Supreme Master Nanekano left messages for us. And some of us have forgotten. So quick, we forget so easily. That is our own mentality. That is how we function. We forget so easily. We don't even remember. That is why sometimes we look back, seek for the messages of Mazen Nandekano, previous ones, and we play for you to hear that voice once again. Mazen Nandekano is still speaking. Very, very loud. It's left for you to listen.
He used Zeke against the Juku. After composing the Biafran national anthem, Dr. Azikiwe jumped ship and joined Nigeria. Because they promised him that one day he will be the head of state. So,
did you see? I want you to hear this, that what you are seeing today did not start today. The betrayal you are seeing today, the confusion you see, the fake promises they are making to that you think they will fulfill today, they have made that promises to your forefathers. All these criminal politicians, this fake promise that have been made, they promise you vice president, they promise you president, they promise you this and that and that. They did the same thing to your forefathers, and they fall to that very game. And every one of them that fall to that very game regretted it till today. They regretted it. And in your own time, you are still falling victim to that same game. They have not changed. The style have not changed. I want you to listen to this message. Listen carefully. Listen carefully to this message. Listen carefully and closely.
He used Zeke against the Juku. After composing the Biafran national anthem, Dr. Azikiwe jumped ship and joined Nigeria.
Because did you hear? They used Zik against the Juku. Dr. Nnaezikiwe was part of Biafra. He was part of the plan to establish Biafra. But because of promises they gave him after everything they promised him, he jumped ship and left Ojukwu. He betrayed Ojukwu. Dr. Nnaezikiwe, they call their founding father today, was part of Biafra. But he jumped ship because of false promises. You want to be prime minister, you want to be this, you want to be that. The same thing that is happening today. And still yet, the politicians don't learn. Everything is just a replay of what. And why some of this is happening? Because people don't look back to history. That is why it is very important. Sometimes we bring things back. We bring history. We tell you a story on our broadcast. We bring things that happened in the past for you to recollect and know that this thing you are seeing today, it didn't just happen today. It has happened in the past. And look at how it was handled. And look at the result. That alone will make you to change your mind if you want to be responsible and reasonable. Listen. You had a Supreme State here.
Because they promised him that one day he will be the head of state. Some of you don't know that Azikiwe was supporting Biafra until he jumped ship. The same promise they made to Awolowo. They also told Chifawo that, don't worry, one day he'll be president of Nigeria. Did that happen? No, it never happened. The only two Yoruba men that have ever sat at the helm of affairs in the zoo called Nigeria are those picked by Fulani people. Obasanjo was picked by the Fulani.
Exactly.
So too was Shonekon after they annulled the wing of Abiola. As if we do not know. They didn't stop there. They also used an anti-Biafran demon in the person of Obabiasika.
Exactly.
To try and finish up the job. Obabiasika, like Chimamanda Adichie, was an intellectual. He was a professor of Ibadan. Very, very learned. Obabiasika was very bright, very intelligent. And in order to prove to the British that he was detribalized, you know that
detribalized
black perfume, they start to talk nonsense. I don't see Biafra coming. They're not together. They're talking rubbish.
The same rubbish they're talking today.
The state of Israel was founded in 1948. The Jews all around the world were not together.
Exactly.
They were not together.
Wow.
Go and read the book called Exodus. They were not together.
This very portion is very, very important. You see, this is my favorite portion. And this is why in most of my broker, I hate it to hear when people say that we are not united. It hurts my heart, more especially when I see a Biafran, we on his or her phone. In your program, you will be preaching that we are not the same, we are not united, we are not united. How can we make Biafra? Because we are united. How can we make it? This very portion is my favorite, but that is why I hate hearing it. It hurts my heart more especially when I see a Biafran man. All the thing you have to say among all you have learned is to come online and begin to say that Biafrans are not united, that we are not united. It is so painful. It pains me to my bone marrow. I don't like to hear it. I want you to listen to this very portion that you're about to speak about. Listen to this very part, how Mazen Nani can explain this. I have said this every time on my platform. How can you say we are not united? There is no tribe on the planet Earth, apart from the Jews, which is our brother also. There's no other tribe that is as united as the Biafran people. It doesn't happen anywhere. More especially the Igbo Biafran. Every single thing people are doing today as a tradition, they learned it from us. From democracy to constitution to holding of meetings. This meeting you see, group meeting or youth meeting, this one. The Biafran started, more especially the Igbo Biafran, they started it and people learned. Every part of the world where they are, they hold meeting, they stand together. They do things together. And somebody will come, you on your phone, and you say, oh, we are not united. Because we are not united, we can't make it. We are not. Who told you? I hate to hear that. I don't like to hear it from it. More especially, it pains me more when I hear it from a Biafran. I want you listen to this part of what or this message. What
the Jews around the world were not together. They were not in order to prove to the British that he was detribalized.
Pay attention.
Stupid word. Black buffoon.
Pay attention.
To talk nonsense. I don't see Biafra coming. They're not together. They're talking rubbish. Before the state of Israel was founded in 1948, the Jews all around the world were not together. They were not together. Go and read the book called Exodus. They were not together. The very prominent Jews in New York that had the money said no. In fact, they wanted to come and fight David Ben-Gurion. And at the port of Haifa, their ship was sunk. They brought arms to come and fight their own brothers, not to fight the Arabs.
These are the Jews. The Jews fighting against their own brother for the independence.
Anybody who is a bit learned, if you write one or two things, you think you've arrived. And you can offer an opinion on Biafra, which you don't know. Very disappointingly, Chimamanda Adichie, I had regard and respect for, was talking to you. People said they should understand it the other way. That is pure rubbish. To tell me you believe in Nigeria and you're learned, you believe in Nigeria, you went to school and you studied, and you believe in something that was created as a limited liability company, more or less. The zoo, Nigeria company. A white man will decide a name of a nation for you, decide what to wasted education. That tells you all you need to know. Now I understand the reason why they never gave the Nobel Prize to Chinua Achebe. Now I know. Before I thought I knew, but I didn't. They did not give the Nobel Prize to Chinua Achebe because he failed to denounce Biafra. Britain knew that Chinua Achebe was a hardcore Biafran. They denied him the Nobel Prize and gave it to Wole Soyinka instead. He wrote more books than Wole Soyinka. He's known all over the world than Wole Soyinka because he's a Biafran. That's global conspiracy against us. His words has been translated. Is it 270? I don't know how many languages all over the world. Things fall apart. In fact, I suggest that Chimamanda goes back to read. Go back and read. Things fall apart. Achebe was more famous than you are. Chinua Achebe was more famous than Chimamanda. He was a Biafran. He died a very proud man. You that came up, maybe because BBC gave you an award, maybe one glass ornament. You think you've arrived. You are now dining and drinking tea with white people. You now have opinion about Biafra. What do you know about Biafra?
You heard that Sule Mazendandekan. His message is clean and clear. Very clean and clear. That is why I tell people, for people who are waiting for Mazen Nandekano to come out from DSS and begin to fight for them, you are mad, you are insane. For people who say, I will not support Biafra until Mazen Nandekano comes out, you are mad. It means you have not learned anything. For some people who are waiting for Mazen Nandekano, he wrote letter from detention. He said this, you are insane. You are not a follower of Mazen Nandekano. If you are a follower of Mazen Nandekano, Mazen Nandekano left for us more than enough message for us to know the direction to go. Mazen Nandekano doesn't have anything to tell you anymore. I bet you, our supreme leader Mazen Nandekano has no message for you again. Every single message that you and I need, he dropped it. He kept it with us before he was kidnapped. In fact, the messages that Mazen Nandekano kept for us, we have not even harnessed it half. We have not even harnessed it half. And somebody will tell me that you are waiting for Mazen Nandekano to speak from detention. You are insane. You haven't learned anything. You are still an OB. An OB that will never grow. You remain a boy. Every year you become a boy. You didn't learn anything for more than a decade. You didn't learn anything from Mazen Nandekano. Even when the messages are still there for you, you are still waiting for him to speak from the camp of the enemy. What a shame. What a shame. Even when you have all the information available for you, you are still waiting for him to speak from the camp of the enemy. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be absolutely ashamed of yourself. And those of you who say, I will not support Biafra until Mazen Nandekano comes out, you are worse than the enemy himself. Because you are a distractor. You are a saboteur. That is why you will not support until Mazen, and you are expecting Mazen Nandekano to come out from DSS and continue to broadcast again. Is that not wickedness? You are expecting Mazen Nandekano, after broadcasting for more than a decade, sensitizing and teaching you and me, You want him to see come out from detention and continue to do the same thing. You are wicked. You are wicked. And as Mazen Nanekano said in his last message, we will not have anything to do with you. To hell with you and your money and whatever you think you have. If you care about your life, support the struggle today. Support and do everything to free Mazen Nanekano, because he will not have time to come and preach anymore. Go back and refer to his messages. That is why today I am touching those messages. That is why today I'm touching those messages and we continue to touch them. I have always advised people, try to listen to the message of Mazen Nanekano at least, even if it is for 10 minutes every day. I'm not telling you to go and listen to all. Pick anyone you can lay your hand on, listen for at least for 10 minutes. You would never remain the same. And this is what is happening. I urge every Biafran to stand their ground and stand firm. Do not be deceived. And finally, before we go, I want to play another outstanding message of Mazen Nanekano. Let us listen to this. This is one of the outstanding messages again that Mazen Nanekano delivered while he was with us. One of his outstanding message. Let us listen to this message and hear what our Supreme Leader has to say on this message. Let us listen to him.
That is what is the angels address God Almighty in Igbo language. And I want my Yoruba brethren to understand, once Biafra is free, you're also very free. You'll be very rich, I assure you. Because it's a blessing from God in heaven, not man. How special you are. I want you to understand how special. Some of you don't know why we fight for Biafra. This is the reason why. We are the oldest of the oldest, the very ancient people, the center of the whole world. Let's listen to this man. Good about it.
Right.
Listen.
This is a great people.
It's
This is a great nation. The very first written constitution on this planet was written by the Igbo people.
The Igbo people are the first constitution. But Europeans don't want the world to know. Because they are wondering, if that is the case, why did God put people in Africa? That's so backwards. And I'm saying to them, God sent us to Africa to bring light into Africa. That's our job. We hate Chineke. In our villages, which means light. It's Anambra. It's everywhere you go. Do you now see who we are? The first written constitution in CBD. The first. Let's listen. I want to listen to this man more, please. Let's listen.
The very first democracy that involved self-governance.
Self-governance
for everybody.
Autonomous community.
Wealthy, but everybody was in Igbo land.
Igbo land.
And the very first democracy that permitted women leaders.
The first anywhere when America was saying give women a vote, this is our mothers, so we are rulers. They rule the families. When women are talking in our culture, men don't come out. You don't dare come out.
People don't know it. They don't know.
Can you say it? Can you hear who we are? When I hear all these Yoruba Lagos, all these riffraffs of people, I feel sorry for them. That is why we are harsh with any idiot that calls himself an elder who doesn't know history. What we are fighting for is to protect something that anybody will be envious of. This is who we are.